And the other thing, and one other thing that I'll also hit on is you hear a lot of misinformation as far as the time frame of the VA loan. Oh, it's hard, or is this is no different than any other loan program. We're still going to review income, employment, assets, credit. We want to see stable employment, steady income, responsible credit, and you being smart with the assets and the nickels that you've been able to accumulate. Once you get yourself pre-approved and you go out and find a home, that VA home loan can be closed in 30 days or less, just like any other product that's out there. So a lot of times there's a lot of misinformation and myths surrounding the product that is harder to get, that is more paperwork that you have to do, just different things that are out there surrounding the benefit. We need to make sure that our listeners are educated in the fact that they've earned that VA home loan benefit. Again, it's giving them a zero down, it's giving them, relaxed underwriting guidelines, is giving them no private mortgage insurance, no PMI. So sometimes that means that allows them to be able to qualify for more house. There's so many benefits that are there with this VA home loan that they just need to be educated, our listeners, understanding that it is a tremendous product and it's a great way to get them started on that journey to home ownership, or that way for them to be able to move up and acquire those additional properties, again, helping them grow that wealth and legacy.
Okay, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I didn't touch on that. You still need to be able to have your documents in place so that they can be verified,
Absolutely.
regardless of the fact that it's a VA loan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even though you may be eligible for the VA home loan benefit, you still must qualify. It doesn't give you an automatic loan because it's just that in fact that it's a loan. The money has to be paid back. So
Right.
again, we want to make sure no one confuses eligibility with qualification. You can be
Okay.
eligible for the VA loan, but not qualify for the VA loan based off of your, financials. So we're still going to get the same things like we talked about last time. We're going to need those pay stubs. We're going to need those bank statements. We're going to need those W-2 forms. We're going to need your ID. We could potentially need tax returns, right? If you get any type of fixed income, whether it's Social Security or pension or disability, we need all of those documentation, all of that documentation. So the documentation is going to be the same, for the most part as any other loan. It's the same
Right.
process. It's just the VA home loan benefit, is only set for those people that obviously are eligible for it.
Right.
But again, it's no extra work, and it's not a loan that's any harder than anything else. And again, don't let anybody tell you anything different from that.
Right. That may have been their experience. That doesn't mean that that's going to be your experience. We talked about that last time.
Right,
Don't let
right.
somebody else dictate your future. Okay.
Absolutely. And get that pre-approval first. That's the first step. That strong pre-approval, none of that pre-qualification stuff. Again, getting everything reviewed. And then also one of the first steps that you want to make sure that you do, or if you come directly to us, we'll do it for you or help you, is get that certificate of eligibility for VA. One of the biggest things that shoot the transaction in the toe is when that certificate of eligibility is not obtained right from the beginning. That's the document that confirms you're eligible for your VA loan, right?
Right.
You want to be able to get that up front so that you don't get down the road and thought you were be able to get your VA and then you get some type of curveball. So getting that certificate of eligibility is part of that process as it relates to getting your pre-approval. So go ahead and have your DD 214 in handy. If you don't have it, request a copy of it. But then sometimes even if you don't have it, many times we can still get your certificate of eligibility because we can many times do a electronic request for it. And sometimes, they come back within 15 seconds. So you
Really?
may be able to get really lucky. Yeah. The certificate of eligibility, getting it now, they've streamlined that process. So many times we can help you get it. And if we can get it quick like that, again, we can have it within seconds. If we can't get it that quickly, we can help you get your electronic application completed, because before you start shopping for your home and using your VA benefit, you want to make sure that your eligibility is intact. So that's something that you want to do as a part of your pre-approval process when you're using your VA home loan benefit.
So go ahead and have that ready. And if you don't have that ready,
Yes.
Willie will help you all get that in
Absolutely.
order. And that,
Absolutely.
I'm sure that helps on the time as well.
Oh, for sure. We get that done up front. Yes, we get
Very
that done
good.
before you even under contract. Absolutely.
Main thing I'm taking from this conversation about the VA loan is that just because you're eligible for it does not mean you're going to qualify for it.
Correct.
The VA loan is really benefits, a package of benefits. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to use those benefits if you do not qualify. So you still want to work with Willie to come up with a plan for getting your documents in order and things like that. That's the
Absolutely.
main thing that I would stress. Is there any main thing that you would like to stress to the
That
VA?
nails it. Yeah, that nails it. That upfront, that pre-approval is something that's absolutely necessary. You know, again, we want to make sure you want to make sure that you've completed your loan application, been very thorough with your loan application. We want to make sure that you have that certificate of eligibility in hand, and we want to make sure that your financials have been properly reviewed. Again, your income, your employment, your assets, your credit. If you've hit those 4 points and everything checks off, and you also have that certificate of eligibility in hand, you can take that pre-approval letter with confidence and go out there and find that home, get under contract, and again, start that journey for home ownership. So again, it's no extra steps or any different steps with the VA home loan benefit. You still want to be thorough and precise up front and put in the work. Put in the work up front and make sure everything is clean. So then when you go out there and you find that home that's perfect for you and your family, you can have that peace of mind of knowing that you're going to be able to get it.
Yes. I wanted to state that because a lot of times people just say, oh, I have VA, I have a VA loan, I have VA loan. Yes, you have a VA loan, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to lend you the money because
Correct.
you have the VA loan.
Correct. The main thing they have to understand, our listeners, is eligible versus qualify. You
Yes.
may be eligible for the benefit, but you still have to qualify for the loan. You have to show that you have the sufficient financials to support your loan request.
Well, guys, I hope that this has helped you. It's definitely helped me, come up with better ways to communicate with the people in this area when they tell me, oh, I have a VA loan. Yes, you have a VA loan, but we want to make sure you have all your documents in place and that you qualify.
That's right.
So thank
That's
you
right.
so much, Willie, for helping me be a better communicator with my clients.
No problem. No problem.
You know.
No problem at all.